Hey everybody, I'm Pierre Piscitelli, and this is the Casio CT-S1-76 key version. I'm super excited to open this up, go through some of the features, and of course play some sounds for you guys. Kind of a funny story as to how I got my hands on this keyboard. It was kindly sent over by the folks at Casio because they saw my video review that I did back in June of the CT200, which is more of a beginner keyboard. I bought that keyboard with my own money when I was searching for something to keep in the trunk of my car as a backup rig, just in case my expensive keyboards died on a gig. Of course, I'm not being paid, this isn't sponsored, all opinions are going to be my own initial impressions as I unbox this with you guys. So let's open it up and get into it. All right, we've got our CT-S1-76 all set up. And the first thing I wanted to tell you guys is that before I even turned on the cameras to start filming this portion of the video, I had a total ADD moment and got so distracted going through the different patches and sounds and just playing for 5 minutes. And that's a really good sign. That's not a common thing for me to really get off track like that. But I was so surprised and inspired by this little instrument that I just started noodling for a couple of minutes until I realized that I had a video to film. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, two things. Thank you, Casio, for including a music stand desk. Nobody does this anymore. It's usually an accessory that you have to buy for 20 bucks or so. And also, the power adapter is included, which is great. So you don't have to go buy that either. It's all included. Casio did send me a pedal separately, a really nice one, I might add. So thank you for doing that. Some other impressions that I have upon taking it out of the box. I'm really glad that this thing is lightweight. I expected it to be lightweight. I'm a big fan of buying lightweight keyboards. I don't have any heavy stuff anymore. The heavy things that I do have, like this Rhodes, never leave the house because they're 150 pounds. But my main gigging keyboard, which is the Yamaha MG12XU, a very powerful machine, is also made of plastic, and it weighs about 10 pounds. And that's so much better than carrying around something that weighs 30 or 40 pounds. So I'm very pro plastic. It's not a twisty or fragile type of plastic at all. It feels really solidly built. There's a really nice grain to it, very solid. The speaker design is kind of a soundbar type design with the grill cloth obscuring the two stereo speakers, which I love. Also, there is a red felt strip running here, just like on a real piano, which is very cool. That's a very cool touch. The keys also surprisingly have some resistance. They don't wiggle back and forth too much, which is nice. And they do feel better than most MIDI controllers in this price point. There's a good dynamic range. There is a slight grain to the white keys, kind of like a fake ivory type of vibe, which I really like. So you're not going to slip and slide around these keys if you get sweaty as you would on very smooth plastic keys. So let's start off with the very first patch. I have the piano button selected and tone variation set to standard. That's really nice. As you can see, almost everything that you're going to need as a keyboard player is built into this machine. Your pianos, Rhodes, Wurlitzers, organs, basic synth pads, synth leads, clavinets, all of that stuff to get you through a gig. It's all here. And what Casio really tried to do here is put 61 of their highest quality sounds rather than hundreds of sort of mid or lower level sounds. You're just getting the stuff that you really need, and accessing the sounds is so easy. I did not even crack open a manual. The buttons are all right here. As I mentioned before, you can navigate throughout the sound banks simply by pressing one of the 7 categories here, then the tone variation button to get a variation within that category. But you can also hold the tone variation button and just work your way up all 61 keys in the middle, from this C all the way to this C, and that way you can access 61 sounds. That's just another way to do it if you don't feel like messing with the buttons. Hold tone variation and then just start climbing from the lowest C key. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I did get pretty lost playing this thing. I filmed over 2 hours of noodling, which you are now going to see as a 10 or 15 minute video, just because I was having fun. I was inspired, and the feedback from the instrument was making me think of songs that I liked that had that kind of sound. When I liked what I heard, it inspired me more. It's kind of a constant effect when you're dealing with an instrument that's not fighting you, but assisting you. Overall, I think that this keyboard is somewhat of a chameleon. It fits into a lot of different areas in the market. It is useful to someone like me who is a professional keyboard player with lots of expensive gear. I don't think that this is beneath me in any way because it's $350. I enjoy playing it. It inspires me. I will keep it not only as a backup, but something to noodle around with at the house in order to get inspired and jot down ideas. I think that it can also serve a beginner very well who is on a budget of $500 or less and is looking for something portable, unweighted, inspiring, and that doesn't require an amplifier, a music stand, and all kinds of other stuff. Overall, this is a home run for Casio. I think it's a terrific product. I'm so glad that they sent it to me. I really appreciate them sending it to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like for me to talk about gear more often, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.